Hello, sisters. Rachel Claire, theboulderpsychic.com, coming to you today, wanting to connect and say hello and check in. And thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, thank you for being in this space. I am sitting in the backyard, and it is so lush and green. We have just experienced a bunch of snow here in Colorado. So we had my pool opened, and we had all this beautiful 80-degree sunshiny weather, and then we had a bunch of snow and wet and cold and gray, and now I'm finally able to be back outside. So I want to talk to you about a couple of things today. If you're joining in live and you're here, please say hello, type your name in the chat so that I can know that you're here and connect with you. And I'd also love to answer any questions that you have, anything that you're going through that you're struggling with that you'd like to talk about. And I want to share that I've been asking, there's a beautiful blue sky and there's a plane going through it. I wanted to share just a little bit about some of the agreements. I've asked people to make sure that you've read the pin post at the top. And hello, if you're joining us, say hello. Let's say, I have to swipe left to see my viewers. Okay. So if you're here, say hello, type your name into the comments so that I know that you're here. And this is just like a live time to be together, Q&A. You can ask any questions you want. I'd love to connect with you. And I also want to share that I've been talking about that I would like people to make sure that they follow the agreements in this group, because what's been happening is that some people have just been joining and then they just start self-promoting right away. And the intention of this group originally was for me to create a space for my clients to connect and to ask me questions. The sun is coming out so beautiful. And to have an opportunity to be able to connect with me and continue to ask me questions and things like that, even when, I wasn't accessible to them in other times. And then I opened it up to other people, and it was really about just connecting with other like-minded sisters on the path. It's a place to come and share our stories, to share inspiration, to ask questions, to get support. It's a place to come and share our tools and our practices. It's a place to come and practice our practices together, practice our tools together. And so that was really the intention of this group, for spiritual women, spiritual sisters, people who want to live a divine life, who want to wake up, who want to live their highest, to come and join together and support one another in that. And what happens is that sometimes people join and they just start sharing their own Facebook pages, sharing their own groups, and promoting. And if I let one person do it, then I have to let every person do it. And I don't want this group to just become a place where everyone's just sort of being spammed, or where everyone's just like self-promoting their own stuff, because that's not what this group is about. If you're really here for a while and you're contributing and things like that, and then you ask me if there's something that you can share, that's a different story. So I have asked everyone to read the agreements, to comment that you agree, and I just want you to know that I might just take you out if people are sharing and not following agreements. This is my doggie, Lexi. Hi, Lexi. Oh, you're all dirty. She's so sweet. I wanted you to know that, because also people write to me and they say, when someone starts coming in and kind of acting like it's their group, and they start commenting a lot and posting a lot and sharing their own personal stuff and promoting, people send me private messages and say, who is that person? Are they leading this group with you? Like, I'm confused. And so I really want to protect the container. So we've been practicing grounding. I've been doing a weekly practice, and many of you were sharing beautiful pictures of grounding. Thank you so much. And then the next practice was running energy. So hopefully you know what that means. Oh, the doggy hears someone. There's kids over there. Sorry. And maybe you've had a chance to run some earth and cosmic energy. And then we also go in from grounding, running energy, to setting our auric boundaries. So that was our next practice. So I love to use gold sticky roses to clean and clear my space. And whenever I'm sleeping at night, I always use a gold sticky rose, and I clean the home or the space that I'm sleeping in, or my home, with a gold sticky rose. And then when you're done with it, when you feel like it's full, you can just send it out to the center of the universe and pop it. And I love to imagine like a golden feather going through my own chakras. And that's an easy way that I clean and clear my own chakras and my own energy system. So gold is a really spiritual neutral color, and it's a really cleansing color. So you can work with gold a lot to cleanse your space. And then like when I'm nursing my daughter, I use a gold sticky rose, and I imagine cleansing her aura with a gold sticky rose. So I'd love to hear from you guys. If you are clearing your energy, cleaning your space, what tools are you using? What do you do? You can comment below and share with us. Let me know. And if you're joining in live, I'd love to have you say hello and let me know that you're here. And if you have anything you want me to talk about, if you have anything you're struggling with, if you have any questions, I have some time right now while I'm just sitting in the backyard and my daughter is sleeping. And I would love to connect with you and see what is alive for you in your world. What is going on for you? One thing that I've been kind of working through lately that's been coming up in my world is I was on the phone with someone the other day, and we were having a call, and, you know, they said something to me basically to the effect of, I could do what you do. I could do what you do too. And I thought, of course you can. Yeah, you can. And I also was thinking, but you're not, are you? And so why not? So I think it's so easy when we're in the stands or we're not really actually doing something. It's easy to look at other people and judge and assess and to think that, you know, we could do exactly what they're doing, but are we actually doing it? Do we actually put ourselves in the game, come out of the stands and be in the arena and be vulnerable, you know? And so I want to say to you, if you have any gifts and if you are not currently fully using your gifts to the fullest capacity that you think that you could, because on some level you are still hiding or you are afraid of what it might mean to fully tap into your gifts, or you are afraid to speak your truth, or you are afraid to charge for your spiritual gifts and to charge money. This is something I work with people a lot on, is clearing the energy around how many lifetimes have you had, Lexi, where you have been part of a church or you've been like a priestess in a temple and you have made the agreement to have your spiritual contributions go to the church and to not receive money, right? Like in this culture, we're supposed to tithe to the church. And then are we supposed to tithe to the church of you? Are you allowed to tithe to the church of you? Are you allowed to actually allow your money to come in for the spiritual things that you do? And if it does come in, then do you just spend all your money on bills and just let it all go back out and show the universe that you don't actually get to have any money? So I've been thinking a lot about money because it seems to be such a big deal for so many women right now. So many women are in a lot of anxiety around money. They're in a lot of fear around money. And a lot of people that I talk to say, I don't have any money. I don't have those resources that, you know, I can't do that right now. I have a lot of people who have come to me and asked for free things because they say that they just don't have money. And I think we really, first of all, need to be super careful about the way that we speak. We need to work on our, sorry you guys, we need to work on our mindset about how we talk about finances and money. And we need to be really careful about whatever we say that follows the words I am. Because I am are the two most powerful words in the English language, in my opinion. And whatever you say after I am creates your reality. So we're conscious creators. And our vibration is going to attract to us that which is a mirror reflection. And if we're continually allowing ourselves to be stopped by fear and by money, then we're actually just living a lie. It's never about money. It's never about the money. Because here's the thing. Money is just energy, and money is just a resource. And money is not the problem. You can be resourceful and have all sorts of things contributed to you, receive all sorts of things, have all sorts of things. So when we make it about the money, and then when we get really anxious about money, and then when we don't allow ourselves to follow our guidance or take a new step or a new direction or a new action, when we actually cut ourselves off from receiving the very thing that we have been asking for because of money, we're making an excuse, we're giving our power away, and we're actually not in tune with what it's really about, because it's not about the money. It's never about the money. Money isn't the problem. Money is never the problem. You can always work things out, ask questions, figure things out, change things, come up with money, move money around, find the resources. When you really, really, really want something, when you really want it, you figure it out and you make it work. And so I see this phenomena happening with so many powerful women right now who, let me just tell you, let me just be clear with you. I have invested thousands and thousands of dollars in coaches. I remember the first time I ever invested, well, first it was like $1,000. I invested $1,000 in a coach, and I didn't even get any of their one-on-one time for that. It was just like an e-course. And that was huge for me, investing $1,000, but I gained so much. And you know what? I really have the philosophy that if we have the right attitude, and whatever we put into something is what we'll get out of it. So if we are committed to that, we actually trust when we're excited about something, and we're actually willing to say yes to the things that we're excited about, and then we're actually willing to work with our mindset to generate positive outcomes, and to absolutely declare that no matter what happens, I'm going to say that I got value out of this, because I trust myself, I trust my choices, I trust the universe and what shows up in front of me, I trust what I desire, I trust what I'm wanting, and I trust myself. We are so afraid. What's the worst that could happen? Is you like totally fuck up and you like spend a bunch of money? Like, that's the worst that could happen. And what if that happened? Like, what's the worst that could happen as a result of that? We have to really dig in and do the inquiry here, because so many powerful women are stopping themselves from living in their truth and in their power because of money. And then they don't have the money, so they don't invest in their resources. They use it as an excuse to stay stopped and to stay stuck. And then they also, in return, you don't receive the kind of money that you want for your own healing, your own practices, your own businesses, because we have so much judgment. And judgment is the fastest way to cut ourselves off from receiving. It's the fastest way to basically squash our gifts. So we have to remember that it is not about the money. We have to remember that growth and expansion always requires risk. It always requires being uncomfortable. It always requires throwing our hat over the wall. It always requires making a new choice. If you keep doing the same old thing, you'll keep getting the same results. So if you really are up for, which I think a lot of the women in this group, and you probably, and many people that I'm talking to, we're waking up to who we are. We're coming back to our power. So many women, it's like we're programmed to wake up at this time on the planet. It's like we're realizing that for the patriarchy to come back into balance with feminine energy and arts, right? Because all these wars and what's been going on the planet for thousands and thousands of years is related to the patriarchy being in control. And inside of the patriarchy being in control, the way that that happened was that they really demonized women and women's power and women's gifts. So being anything psychic, intuitive, healer, witchy, herbs, medicines, Reiki, any of that stuff has been demonized. And so we women are waking up and reclaiming our wildness, reclaiming our God-given gifts, reclaiming our natural powers. And then we're actually wanting to get out of soul-sucking jobs and actually be entrepreneurs and actually use our gifts in the world in a greater way. And then we find out that something costs money, that to gain the skills that we don't have costs money, or to have a coach costs money. And we stop ourselves. And something I've really, really learned is that that is the biggest way to squash your gifts and squash your business. So like I invested, I remember $1,000 the first time in a coach. Then I invested $4,000 in a coach. Then I invested $5,000 in a coach. And the most I've ever invested in my business in a coach is $6,000. And you know what? My business has expanded as a result. My capacity to know myself has expanded. My systems, my website, my blog, my newsletter, everything about my business in the world has always expanded, always grown. I've always gotten incredible results because I'm willing to take those risks and put myself out there. And I'm willing to look at what are my excuses that always stop me. Where do you get stopped? Okay? That's a really important place to look. If you're trying to grow your gifts, grow your income, grow your business, you need to look at where do you get stopped? Where is the line where you'll be like, okay, I'm out. I can't go any further. I can't do that. I can't afford that. It's too much for me. It's too long for me. It's too expensive for me. And so I'm out. Because on the other side of that stop is your freedom. On the other side of that stop are the results that you desire. So I'm here to say that, this group is all about living in our highest. It's about honoring ourselves as divine feminine. And we will start to trust spirit more. We have to shift our mindset in relationship to money. We have to realize that money doesn't come from like some outside source. Money doesn't come from a bank account. Money doesn't come from a paycheck. Money comes from our vibration. Money comes from receiving. Money comes from matching our vibration and being willing to receive value. And so many psychic, intuitive, sensitive, empathic, healer type women have programs around, I can't do this and make money. It's not right to do spiritual things and make money. It's not right to use your gifts to make money. It's for service. It's for the highest. It's for, the good, out of the goodness of my heart. So I won't receive value in return for the value that I offer because it's spiritual. And it wouldn't be spiritual for me to actually receive. So everywhere that you are holding on to any sort of story in your space that is any similar version to, it's not right for me to receive value in exchange for spiritual healing or intuitive gifts, would you be willing to uncreate and destroy all of that energy times a godzillion? Are you willing to uncreate and destroy that? And so we let it go. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. It's a fancy clearing statement. A little bee just came and landed on me, and then he flew away. He didn't sting me. Thank you, Mr. Bee. So, anywhere and everywhere that you are telling yourself a lie that it's not okay to receive, it's not okay to actually show up in your power in the world and be who you are and receive money in exchange, would you be willing to uncreate and destroy times a gazillion, pod, poc? Anywhere in your life where you are being stopped by the lie of money and you are allowing money to be the excuse that takes you out of everything that you desire, would you be willing to uncreate and destroy that times a godzillion? Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And everywhere that you are judging yourself or others, especially judging other spiritual teachers, healers, psychics, coaches who are making money, and you are actually judging wealth, and especially other people that have wealth, and you are using that to actually keep yourself from being wealthy, would you be willing to uncreate and destroy that times a godzillion? If so, good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all nine shorts and beyond. Okay, so there are people with us today, but I want to know, oh, hello, Del. Okay, I had to swipe a different way. Now I see your comments. Yay, you guys are here. Thank you. Okay, so if you have any questions, any comments, anything you want me to talk about, anything, go ahead and paste it, type it into the comments. I'd be happy to talk about my perspective. I can see all my little gray hairs that have certainly come in since I had my baby daughter. And I just can't dye my hair because I'm just like, I never have. So we're talking about money. We're talking about judging money. We're talking about judging money, making it wrong, and therefore keeping ourselves separate from money. We're talking about not receiving. We're talking about judging our own gifts. So I wonder if you are judging your own gifts, your own psychic gifts, intuitive gifts, healing gifts. This is another way that women keep themselves down. is we judge and compare, and we think our gifts aren't as good as others, so then we squash our own gifts. Are you doing that? Anywhere that you're doing that, would you be willing to uncreate and destroy all of that energy times a godzillion? Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what if you could actually step into your own unique gifts and fully embrace them and live in your power and start being visible and speaking your truth and speaking out loud and stop comparing yourself to others? What would that create for yourself in your life? What would be possible then? Because I see so many women who think that, I'm particularly interested in the psychic world because I'm a psychic. So I see so many people who think that if you're psychic, that you have to know everything. Is that true? No. If you're psychic, you have to predict the future. Is that true? No. If you're psychic, you would have known that from the time that you were born. True? No. If you're psychic, you'll see dead people and be a medium. No. So everywhere that we're holding on to any sort of definition, conclusion, judgment about what it actually means to be psychic. Because, hey, we're women, and we women, we're healers. And we're here on the planet, and we're waking up now to heal. And we all have our own unique blueprint. It's like our own fingerprint is different from everyone else's. Our own psychic abilities are totally, totally unique. Like, I'm a clairvoyant healer. And so I see things, I hear things, I feel things, but I predominantly call myself a clairvoyant healer because I see, when I first have a reading with someone, I see pictures, symbols, and images. And then when I start to talk about and describe those, then I start to hear stuff, then I start to feel stuff, then I start to know stuff. And I call myself a clairvoyant healer because when these images that are coming up from someone's space, that are coming up because they're subconscious or they're unconscious or their energy or their pictures that are being held in the energy body or the aura, and we see these, then that's healing because they disappear. That which is in darkness cannot be healed, cannot be seen. That which is in denial cannot be seen, cannot be healed, cannot be dealt with. But as Panache Desai says, when we bring it into the light of day, then we can heal it, we can work with it, we can actually have choice around it. Because choice creates awareness. So if you can actually see, if I can say to you, oh my goodness, this is the energy pattern that was in your family or you were born into, or this is your belief around money, or this is your belief around what it means to be a psychic or a witch or a healer or an intuitive or a sensitive or a Reiki master. And this is what's actually blocking you from money. And you bring that into your conscious awareness, it disappears, moves. It's just energy. But in our energy body, old paradigms get stuck. And they get lodged, and then we don't heal, and we don't grow, and we don't move, because it's other people's energy. It's foreign energy. It's not ours. It's not who we really are or who we came here to be. And then we get confused, and we can't heal it because we don't even know what's going on. So Del, I'm always telling people how you work it out is I share it in my free Women's Intuition Toolbox, is that you have to start working with your own energy. You have to have a practice. So I highly recommend, because I think it's the absolute best, is to ground, to run energy, to set your auric boundary. Another thing you can do is you can come have a clairvoyant healing with me, and I'll totally tap into exactly what's stuck in your aura, your chakras. We can ground it out, clear it out. I'll totally help you get really clear on what your gifts are, your abilities, all of that, and help you move forward with that. So you can work on it yourself through my toolbox for free, or you can choose to work with me as a mentor and a coach. Because if you think that you are starting to tap into your spiritual gifts, but you just lack clarity, well, all you have to do is find someone who's doing what you want to do. Here I am. Hi. I can tell you all about your different gifts that you might have, and what they are and how to use them, and different tools that you can use to tap into them and use them. So here comes my doggie again. So that's how we heal. That's how we heal, is we start to see what's lodged in our aura, in our boundaries, in our chakras that is false, outdated, foreign, belongs to someone else, isn't true for us. We see it, we bring it into the light of day, we heal it, we let it go, and then we start to refuel and intentionally program our own minds and our own energy field with the kind of vibration that we want. And we've got to give up any disempowering thoughts. If you continue to say, I am broke, I am poor, I don't have enough money, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to start, because there are resources all around us. In this day and age, you can get guidance anywhere. You can find books, you can find teachers. If you are ready and you just start asking the questions, it is all there for the taking. But we have to give up wherever we are getting stopped. So what stops you? Fear? You got to look at what is that. Money? It's never about the money. There's a great book called Money Isn't the Problem, You Are. Money is not the problem. And as long as we're using money as the problem, then we're just continuing to give up our power and have an excuse. Because here's the thing, you guys. Money exists. We're always going to have to use money. Every single thing that you want in this world to bring you value and an experience of any sort of comfort or luxury beyond just like loving your family is going to require money. Like, it's just the way that it is. So as long as we're judging and demonizing and keeping ourselves from and judging people who are spiritual and charging and judging people who are wealthier than us and continuing to tell the story that that's too much or that's too expensive, then we are cutting ourselves off from our own awareness and our own knowing, and we are refusing to follow our own guidance because we are afraid to take a risk. I mean, what happens if you invest in yourself? What happens if you spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000? What's going to happen? Like, is the world going to stop turning? Are you going to disappoint everyone in your family? Are you going to have to like declare bankruptcy? Like, we really have to decide, because you're never going to make the kind of money you want to make. You're never going to be able to have a business. You're never going to be able to put yourself out there. You're never going to be able to receive money for your spiritual gifts if you're not willing to invest. Once you do it, then you can turn around and ask other people to invest in working with you to get the outcome that they want. It's never about the money. So I'll leave you with that today. Let's see, my old school teacher used to say, can't has a brother called try, always try and never say you can't. That's great. Very good. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining with me today. It's been such a pleasure to talk with you, and leave a comment if you'd like. I'll come back and post it. If you're interested in learning more about how we could work together, you can always sign up for a free strategy session on my site, and I can help you get some clarity about where you are in life and see if we're a good fit. So you can sign up at theboulderpsychic.com/free-session. And I also offer clairvoyant healings and readings. You can have a session with me, just a one-off. And if you just really think you don't have any money and you can't afford anything, I also have lots of free stuff. So I have a free library, free resources, Women's Intuition Toolbox. So start there, okay? Start there and start working with your own energy. Start grounding, running energy, cleaning your auric bubble with gold suns, filling in with a gold sun, and really just starting to amp up your own spiritual energy, because that's going to amp up your vibration, and that in turn is going to attract like vibe people, situations, circumstances to you. Okay? So much love. I hope you get to get outside today wherever you are and enjoy the earth. Namaste.